There are a lot of different mentalities or mental states that you can put yourself in when you are working hard. And the one that I have really been pursuing in the last few months has been kind of a state of calm and trying to be relaxed and just really focused when it comes to my lifting. I don't want big weights to seem big to me. I want to approach them just like every other day and just kind of not make a big deal out of it, because then you put the power, in the weight. It's less in your control. It's less sustainable. Days like today, however, where I had a really rough time, my warm-ups were not feeling great. I don't feel like I had enough water before this session. I need to make sure that I hydrate early in the morning, even though I had plenty of water yesterday and my recovery work the day prior was solid. My actual prepping for this session was not as good as it usually is. I had classes and I came straight from there to kind of a time crunch and tried to squeeze this workout in when maybe I wasn't ready and wasn't adequately prepped mentally. So I played some different music. I got a little bit more hyped, and normally I would avoid that because it's really hard to repeat that kind of mindset. It's really easy to become dependent on things like pre-workout to get you hyped, or really high energy music to get you hyped. And if you can't lift in a condition without those things, if something happens where your iPod dies or you don't have a chance to get your pre-workout, a lot of people will ruin their entire session and just kind of count it up as a loss just because they can't replicate that mental state without those other things. I kind of consider them a little bit of a crutch, and I want to be able to train the way that I do, which is high volume, high frequency. You have to put a lot of effort in without necessarily being able to maintain a high intense mentality the whole time. You'll burn out. You'll be emotionally exhausted by the end of your workout if you're dependent on finding that spot over and over again for every single set. It's just not really manageable when you're doing the loading and you're doing the volume that I'm trying to do. But overall, the session after those initial round of deadlifts started to pick up and felt a lot better. I played with my grip a little bit, adjusted it on my bench, and was feeling pretty strong there. You're going to see 3 sets of the bench, but I did a lot more than that. It was a pyramid scheme today. It was 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 10, 10. So plenty of bench volume, even though those were the top sets, and I focused more on trying to control all my reps and keep them high and in the right spot. Afterwards, I was supposed to be doing some speed pulls, but I decided that I was out of time and just needed to kind of get done, so I did these 405 for some stiff legs here, and just decided to combine all the sets down, so I got the required amount of volume and got up to 11 reps pretty easily. I was kind of surprised. I haven't pulled anything with a conventional stance in a while, so I was happy with how this is going. I do want to address something really quickly. I've had a few comments. There have been a few individuals who have asked why my strength has dropped down, and if I have just not been working hard, and where those huge numbers that I used to post came from, or where they went, I guess. And my answer to that is, well, I'm not using a belt, I'm not using knee sleeves, my bar has been bent for months, and I'm just this next week going to have a straight one to use. I haven't been taking a pre-workout, and I've been doing a lot of high volume work that's just really tough. And the focus that I've had in the training hasn't been about putting together really, really big singles. It's been about building up work capacity, keeping the volume high, and developing kind of an off-season type effect where I'm just building it up so that I'll have, you build the base wider so that you can peak higher, and that's kind of been the goal, and that's really what I'm doing. So I promise I haven't just been slacking, and all of this does pay off in the long run. It's just not nearly as instant gratification style of training. But in my experience, it's always better to work harder when people see it less as being effective, if that makes sense. I think that putting in the work now is going to pay very big dividends later, and I am going to be really unapologetic for not posting crazy huge PRs, because this is the work I need to be doing, and every time I get stuck in the mindset that posting a really crazy number for one set of some sort of PR is, every time I start looking at it like that, as being the most important thing. My overall strength doesn't really grow, and I get too caught up in those to really see positive benefits over the course of real training when it matters. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like rating, share with your friends if you did enjoy it, and check out the links in the description below if you want to check out the shirts that I wear or any of the good stuff. Go visit strengthcrew.com, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks again. Bye.